Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe and please turn on the bell as well for notification. Thank you so much. So in my last update about Jodha and AKBAR, Jalal refused to accept that he is not God, and a fire breaks out, and during the fire there was storm as well, and God sent an angel in form of a small child to Jalal to tell Jalal to change his ways. But Jalal was still adamant, and Jodha was scared, and Jodha prays that any of her dreams should not come to pass about Jalal's life again, because one of her dreams has already come to pass now. Let's continue from there. Jodha was reciting sacred lines, and she was in sleep, and she said she cannot sleep because she have to recite the lines. Jalal comes there, and Jalal asks Jodha that what is Jodha doing, because Moti told him that Jodha did not sleep for 2 days. Jodha says that she have to recite the lines and she cannot sleep. Jalal says okay, Jodha should not sleep, but Jodha should sit with him. And Jalal makes Jodha sit on the bed, and Jodha lies on the bed and says that she doesn't have to sleep. Jalal says no, he is not asking Jodha to sleep, and Jalal started singing lullaby to make Jodha sleep, and Jodha finally falls asleep. Jalal kissed Jodha's forehead, and Jalal get up from the bed, and Jalal remembered the spiritual kid, and Jalal also remembers the storm. Jalal says that why is all this happening, and Jodha started feeling jittery in her sleep. Jodha was afraid and she get up because of a bad dream, and Jalal consoles Jodha and asks that what did Jodha see in her dream. Jodha says that she saw many insects on the earth and they were surrounding Jalal, and a big problem is coming, and the priest was saying the right thing, so Jalal should stop calling himself God. Jalal says that nothing like this would happen, and this is only Jodha's thinking, and it is being planted in Jodha's mind by that priest, and he knows what to do, because nothing like this would happen, and Jalal leaves. Mahan was in some secret place with his men, and Mahan says that he is so worried about Jalal's life, because any mistake can make him go away from his target. Mahan shows his men the map of the palace, and Mahan shows them a secret way to enter the palace. Priest Badrinath says that Jodha would have to suffer a lot. Jalal comes there angrily, and Jalal says that this is all happening because of the priest, because Jodha is getting afraid now, and she is thinking about bad things, and she is getting bad dreams. Priest Badri says that it is not because of him, but it is because of Jalal, and Jalal's family have to suffer. Jalal says that he can do anything, and he can put the priest in jail, and he can cut the priest's fingers, and he can cut the priest's tongue with which the priest is predicting the future, and he can do anything, and if he wants, he can make the priest's life hell. Priest Badri asks Jalal that can Jalal change his fate? Can Jalal change the working of the stars in the sky? And can Jalal change the weather? And can Jalal control the sun and the moon? No, Jalal cannot, because Jalal doesn't have the control over them, because there is a king of the whole universe. Jalal says that on this land and in India, he ruled and everyone follows, and it is his order that the priest should leave Agra soon, else he would destroy the priest's life. Jodha was sleeping and she wakes up with a jerk, and Jodha was worried and she says that she saw insects in her dreams, and she says that she have to talk to the priest and she have to ask Jalal to go to the priest. Shah says to Jalal that the working on the fort has started. Jodha comes there and Shah leaves. Jodha says that she wants to talk to Jalal, and Jalal says that first, Jodha should calm down, and Jalal makes Jodha drink water. Jodha says that she saw the same dream again, that insects came to the earth. Jalal says that why did Jodha not leave the dreams? Because Jodha's dream is disturbing Jodha and it is disturbing him too. Jodha says that Jalal knows that her dreams are becoming true, and the priest said the same thing, and she wants Jalal to meet the priest and ask the priest why all these things are happening. Jalal says that he is not interested to meet the priest, but Jodha says that she knows that Jalal doesn't like the priest, but for her sake, Jalal should meet the priest once, so they should go. Jalal stops Jodha, and Jodha says that Jalal should please come. Jalal says that Jodha will not see anything there, and Jodha will not find the priest there, because he has ordered him to leave Agra. Jodha was shocked, and Jodha says that Jalal did another mistake again, and why can't Jalal understand that a big problem is coming? Jodha says that Jalal will make good people go away from him, and by making Prince Badri go from the palace, then Jalal has proved it right. Jodha says that Jalal should stop himself from creating respect for himself, because Jalal has started comparing himself with God. And how can Jalal insult a personality like the priest? Jalal says that what do Jodha wants to say? That the storm came because of him, that the people are suffering because of him. Jalal says that this was said by Jodha's priest, so he asked the priest to be thrown out of the city because the people are speaking rubbish. Jodha says that the priest was right, that when someone gets blinded by power, then the person doesn't see anything again. Jalal says that he doesn't know anything, and he only knows how to rule and what is right for the people. And Jalal leaves, and Jodha was in tears. Amida comes to Bagvandas, and Amida gave them some gift. Bagvanda says to Jalal that now they will leave Agra, and he hoped that when next he would come to Agra, then Maan Singh will be with Jalal, and Jalal would have resolved the misunderstanding with him. And if Mahan is guilty, then Jalal can punish him. Manvai calls Anarkali. Anarkali comes there. Manvai says that she got to know that Anarkali saved Salim's life and burnt her hand, and she is very thankful. Anarkali says that she is lucky that she got to save the prince's life. Manvai says that Anarkali is a very nice person, and Anarkali have to do one more thing for her because she is leaving Agra, so Anarkali have to look after Salim, and Anarkali also have to give report about Salim in a letter. Salim comes there. Manvai says that she got to know that Anarkali saved Salim's life. Anarkali says that she had to do this for her friend, and Manvai says that she heard that Salim also saved Anarkali's life. Salim says that how could he not save Anarkali's life when Anarkali has his life already? Anarkali was shocked, and Salim quickly says that he meant to say that Anarkali is Manvai's friend. Anarkali leaves. Manvai asks that why did Salim comes there. Salim says to Manvai that Manvai is a very nice person and a humble person, and he is sorry that he couldn't spend time with Manvai. Manvai says thanks to Salim for meeting her before going, but she wants to say one thing, that her brother Maan Singh is innocent. Salim says that he will try to sort out the matter, and Manvai comes to her parents and they leave for Amer. Maan Singh was going in the jungle, and some soldiers catches him and they brings him to Mirza Hakim. Mirza says that he will use Maan Singh against Jalal because he was with Jalal and he went against his mother for Jalal. But what did Jalal did? Jalal killed his mother. Mirza Hakim says that he always take Jalal's side, but Jalal deceived him, and Jalal shouldn't have killed his mother. Maan Singh says that he was hiding to attack Jalal and not Mirza Hakim. Mirza says that he cannot believe that Maan Singh would go against Jalal because Maan Singh was very close to Jalal, so Maan Singh can never hurt Jalal. Maan Singh says that Mirza was also close to Jalal, and when Jalal deceived him, then he had to go against him like Mirza did. Maan Singh says that when he was insulted by Jalal, he went against Jalal, and Mirza can investigate, and they can work together in order to bring Jalal down. Mirza says that he would investigate and know if Maan Singh is saying the truth, but till then, Maan Singh would have to be in his jail, and Maan Singh was taken to the jail by Mirza's soldiers. So talk begins, and Jalal Soul says that days were passing by and it was getting more worse. My own people were going away from me. Those days were worst. Jodha Soul says that Jalal, you were my everything, you were my lifeline, and you were going to the wrong path. I didn't know how to change your thinking. I couldn't do anything but to see your changing. The king who used to listen to all his ministers and to the people would now insult them, and he started ruling on them, and you were completely changed, as if you were not your real self, and I didn't know what to do. The soul talk continues, and Jalal Soul says that with time, everything was getting worse, and people were not happy with him, and the other side, his loyal people were drifting away from him, and it was the most difficult days of his life. And then, the day came which he cannot forget, and he made a huge mistake that day. The soul talk ends. In the court, Jalal was scolding his senior ministers, and Jalal says that he cannot understand how they can make huge mistake, and they cannot even catch Maan Singh. Jalal says to Barbara that Barbara always have solution to everything, but why can't Barbara tell him how to catch Maan Singh now? And he knows why, because all the people doesn't want Maan Singh to get caught, but he wants to tell the people something, that Maan Singh is not their friend, but the betrayer of the Sultanate, and if the people doesn't catch Maan Singh, then he will see to the matter by himself, and then the result will not be good, and Jalal leaves. Then Jodha listens to all this. Barbara comes to Jodha. Jodha says that she knows that Barbara is hurt with Jalal's behavior, but Jalal is on the wrong path, and she is with him, and she wants Barbara to also don't leave Jalal. Barbara says that he doesn't want to leave Jalal, but Jalal doesn't want his assistance anymore now, and he is afraid that, like Maan Singh, all Jalal's loyal people will go away from Jalal. Jodha says that she will talk to Jalal. Shah says to Jalal that the fort is in making, and Jalal says that he will go to the site and see. Jodha comes there and says that she wants to see the fort too, and she would like to go with Jalal. Jalal says that she would like it if Jodha come with him, and they all leaves. Jalal and Jodha comes to see the working of the fort, and Shah says to Jalal that the fort will be ready soon. Someone comes there and says that the fort will not be made, and the person says to Jalal that Jalal have committed a sin, and Jalal have hurt his people, and Jalal have insulted God, and so this fort will not be made, and the land will become a graveyard soon. Jalal asks Shah to give the man some coin and asks the man to leave. Shah gives the man some coin which have Jalal and God's name together on it. The man laughs and says that what a justice by God. The man shows the coin to Jalal, and the side that has God's name is shining, but the other side that has Jalal's name has blackened. Jalal looks at all the coins, and all the coins were like that. The man says that everything will be finished and the fort will not be made, and the man was thrown out. Jalal saw the grave of the great spiritual leaders, and Jalal says to Shah that Shah should shift the grave to somewhere else, and Shah agrees. Suddenly, the wall of the fort falls down, and the worker says that they have made the wall very strong, but they don't know how it fell down. Jalal asks the workers to make the wall again, and this time, they should make it very stronger. Jodha saw some insects coming out of the fort, and soon, the whole fort was covered with insects, and Jodha was shocked, and Jodha says that these are the same insects that she saw in her dream. Jalal was shocked to see the insect, and Jalal asked the workers to leave. The same man who laughs at Jalal earlier says that this fort will not be made, and Jalal was covered with insects, and he leaves from there. The doctor was checking Jalal as insect has bitten him, and Jalal says that he is fine. Jodha says that Jalal should keep silent, and the doctor says that the poison of the wound is strange because he has never seen this kind of wounds before. Jodha was worried, but Amida asked Jodha not to worry. Murad says to Salim that they need more money to serve the people who have suffered from the storm. Salim says that Murad should take as much money as he wants, but they need to serve the people. And Salim asks Murad to make the list of the people who want their help and make sure that everyone gets help. The insect enters the city, and the people begins to suffer from it. Shah says to Jalal that their enemies are attacking them, but they can't send their force because the money that is meant to send their force to the enemies is being used to help the people. Jalal says that he doesn't know anything and the people should use the new coins and sell them and use it. Barbara says that all the coins has gone black and they cannot be used again. Jalal says so they should make new coins, but the worker says that the site where they make new coins has suffered during the storm and they cannot make new coins. Jalal says so they should repair the black coins and make it new again, and one side should still have God's name and the other side should still have Jalal's name just like before. Ada says that there is a problem, and Jalal asks that what now? Ada says that they have got the news that some strange insect has come to the city and they are affecting the people. Jodha and Jalal were shocked. Jodha was about to go to Jalal, but Amida stops Jodha and says that Jalal is worried now, so Jodha should not go to him, and Jodha should make Jalal understand after some time. Ada was with his uncle, and Ada have plenty of money because Salim gave him the money and asked him to use the money to renovate the dance bar, but Ada's uncle says that Ada should not use the money for the dance bar and they should enjoy the money instead. Ada says that he doesn't run behind money and he doesn't need the money because his father got killed because of money, and his life aims is to make Jalal suffer, not to run behind money. Ada's uncle says that he is proud of Ada. Ada calls a soldier and says that they should take the money and divide the money between his men, and they should remember and they should not use any single penny out of the money on the dance bar, and the soldier agrees. Jalal remembered how there were so many problems in his reign, and Jalal was scared. Jodha comes there, and Jodha asks that what is Jalal thinking about, but Jalal refused to answer Jodha. Jodha says that she knows that Jalal is worried because problem is everywhere and she cannot solve it, but Jalal can talk to her so Jalal can feel better. And she feels that they have gone apart because earlier Jalal used to talk to her about every matter, but now Jalal doesn't speak to her again. Jodha says that she is Jalal's wife and Jalal can share why he is afraid with her. Jalal says that who told Jodha that he is afraid when he is ruling the whole India. Jodha says that but Jalal cannot change the fate. Jalal says enough, and Jodha should not forget that she is talking to the India's great king and he can buy anything he wants, and soon all these problems will be solved. And about the insects, he would crush them and he will solve every problem because he is God for his people. And Jalal leaves. Then Jodha prays to God to give Jalal some sense before it is too late. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching till the end, and please don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it, and please don't forget to share it, comment, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.